Welcome to Kartra Answers Q&A, helping you build better funnels, brought to you by Marketing Funnels Lion. But first, a quick disclaimer. Today, we're going to answer a few questions from Kartra Community. And do you have your own questions? Post it in the comments, and while you're there, hit like and subscribe. Thank you. Ready to go? Let's dive in. Question number 1. Can physical products be sold through Kartra and maybe transition from Shopify as a front end to Kartra? Well, here's the short answer. Maybe, or sometimes, or not quite as good. Okay, let's take a look at this in full detail. So inside of Kartra, I'm looking at my products, and I loaded one of the default campaigns just to have a sample product. And let's take a look at what can be done in Kartra, and can you sell physical products through Kartra. Product details, easy peasy, name and a description, integration with the payment processor, same as Shopify and other systems. Pricing, same as other platforms as well. You can have multiple price points. You can charge one-time payment or recurring payments. And here it is. So look at this. This is a digital product. There's no need to ask for shipping address. Okay, well, can you change that? Yes, you can provide physical product shipping. You can add multiple destinations and create the on per order shipping cost or per unit. However, there is an issue with that. Kartra doesn't calculate the shipping cost intelligently. Yes, you can say, well, if one product costs $10 to ship and you order 5 units of the same product, it will be 5 times more. However, there is no destination-based costing. If you are in the US or anywhere in Europe, you know the shipping within geographical proximity sometimes is cheaper, and it's more expensive if you go overseas. There's no intelligent calculated shipping available. Also, as you'll find out in a moment, Kartra doesn't have a concept of a shopping cart. Each product has individual shipping calculated on per item basis. So if I buy a book and the shipping of that book is $10, and then I want to add something light that is $5, it will have to be 2 different orders. You can't do them all at the same time. All right. Hopefully it's clear. If not, please ask in the comments, and I'll be happy to respond. All right. So let's say it's a digital product. Sales tax. Sales tax works well because it works both for digital and physical goods. What Kartra is really best for is digital goods. Ebooks that can be emailed, or access to membership. Refund policy, that's probably the same as Shopify. Pages, you can define pages that describe your product and display a thank you page after the product has been purchased. Product quantity. This has been added relatively recently to Kartra. So if somebody orders this, you can change that option and say, let the user order more than 1 unit. I'm going to enable that. Let's say minimum is 1 and maximum is 5. That way you will see that on a checkout. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Post-sale, customer lists, tagging, accessing product contents. Well, you see, what kind of content can you access? Well, that's the digital content. It can be a membership. It could be integrated membership through other platforms outside of Kartra. It could be downloadable file like a PDF or even a video, or no access page, like this product doesn't provide access of any kind. Okay, so we have in this case access to the membership, and you can optionally define affiliates. If you're interested in affiliates, post a comment and I'll record a video about affiliate sales. So how does that work? So product launch, I'm going to grab the link and display that so we can see the option to select quantity. Okay, so you see that this is the standard checkout, and I can here change the number of products, and let's say 3, apply, and the price is correctly configured for me. I could have used shipping as well, but it will be a flat shipping. There was no option for calculated shipping based on the geography. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. I want to link to one of my forms in an email sequence. Is it possible? So here's an example of a page with a form. I'm going to preview that. So here's a page that has an opt-in form. Can you embed this form on its own in the email sequence? And the answer is no. Unfortunately not. You can only include the link to the page itself. So how would you do that? You just get code or a link. And I'm going to grab this code. And now I'm going to go to my communications, sequences, and I'm going to edit this sequence that I imported from Kartra. So inside of the sequence, I'm going to grab one of the emails and edit it, and specifically edit the content. All right, so you can see there's one link here to watch the video, but how would you embed the form? So click here to opt-in, okay? You just highlight the word and click on the link icon and add the URL to the opt-in page, okay? That is the only way to embed the form in the email. There's no way to directly link them to the form itself. And question number 3. I've got about 3 email lists and I want to start one weekly newsletter sequence with all 3 lists. What is the easiest way to implement a new sequence that runs concurrently with the others? So the question is not crystal clear. I'm going to build the scenario to help you come up with your own solution, but it might not directly answer your question. So if you would like to get more clarity, please add a comment and I'll be happy to record another video. This scenario will require a fairly lengthy preparation, and most of it is very quick, but it might be of benefit to some that are new to sequence creations. I have an existing sequence. It will save me a little bit of time, and I clone it. I'll clone it, and I'll just use letters of alphabet. So this will be a sequence A. And I'm going to change the starting tag to a new tag. Just call it letter A as well. Add and save. What I'm going to do offline, off the video, is clone the sequence twice, and I will create sequence B and C, starting with the tag B and C. One sec. So I ended up creating a sequence D as well, as I might need it as another example. So how do I add leads to a sequence? So under my leads, I have a couple of leads from a previous video, test 8 and test B. I'm going to use them to add them to sequence A and sequence B. So edit the lead, and I'm going to add them to a specific sequence. Actually, you know what? Let's do this through tag. So cancel out of this and add a tag, no category, and I'll add tag A to lead A. And I'm not going to do anything else. You see there is a tag, tag A. I'll do the same thing with test B, add a tag, no category, and let's add B. Save. All right, you see, after a few seconds, test A is refreshed now, and it's getting emails from sequence A. And if I refresh again, yeah, that one will take another few seconds. So let's go to sequences. You can see actually that in the meantime, lead B has been added to sequence B. And let's go back to the question just to see what else we can demonstrate here. So I've got about 3 email lists, let's say ABC, and I want to start one weekly newsletter sequence with all 3 lists. What is the easiest way to implement a new sequence that runs concurrently with the others? So here we have an issue of the lists, not the tags. So let's jump back and also demonstrate how to do that with the lists. So magically, now we have lead D. I just created that, and it's not a member of any list, sequences, or tags. So if I go back to lists, I could have done it from this screen as well, but it might be, actually, you know what? It's actually best to do this from the leads. So let's edit this lead and add the lead to the list D. Lists, select a list, D list, add, and exit from here. So we have D list or list D added to the lead D. Back to the lists. So if I understand the question, somebody might want to be somebody's interested in adding this lead to specific sequences based on that list. How would you do that? One way of doing that is to use the list as a filter. So if I click on this hot link, it will actually open all the lists in a lead. In this case, it's just one lead, but let's say that I have 100 of them here. I can select all 100 of them, let's say, and add them to a specific sequence, subscribe to sequence, and I can pick sequence D, and I can pick a specific step. Let's say send email 1, subscribe. This type of approach works best if you already have a list and you have a sequence. You could also build an automation that adds the leads automatically to the sequence as soon as they add it to the list. Okay, you just added that and add that as a starting trigger. You can also use automations that are a little more complex, but you could create an automation that has the what if statement. If this happens, perform that task. All right, so that's it for today. Feel free to ask any more questions in the comments, and I'll be happy to record another video for all of you next time. Thank you. If you find this content useful, click on like and subscribe. It helps our channel, and you'll get notified when we post the new content. So thank you in advance. Visit our page for more information and to join our free membership with Kartra tips and tricks and free downloadable funnel templates. Do you want to be part of the community and have the access to live Q&As? Join us on Patreon. Thank you for watching. Next video is coming soon.